Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's your boy Edmond Laryea. Today I just want to talk to you about adding value, right? Adding value, right? One of the most important things that I had to do with myself, right? Understanding what that even meant, right? Adding value, right? Because when you add value, man, you can't be replaced. You can't be replaced, right? I think the problem that a lot of us face, right, and just being transparent, the problem that a lot of us face is that we do just enough to get by, right? We do the bare minimum, right? And the problem is when you do the bare minimum and you do just enough to get by, you don't add any value. You can be replaced, and that's the worst thing, right? When you're replaceable, that's the worst thing. There's no worse feeling than being replaceable, right? But when you add value, right? When you add value, when you add value in your relationships, when you add value in the workplace, right? For you athletes, when you add value, on your team, right? And the coaches recognize that, right? It's a game changer. It's just different, right? So some of y'all getting replaced because y'all add no value, right? You guys operating doing the bare minimum, right? I'm gonna do just enough to get by. I'm gonna do just enough to keep that job. So when it comes for corporation to make those cuts, right, trim out that fat, you gonna go right along with them. You know why? Because you do the bare minimum. We can get anybody. We can get anybody to do the bare minimum, right? So I want you to just think about that, man. Like, I've talked about a lot of different things about auditing yourself, right? About being focused. All of this stuff are good, man. But at some point, you gotta understand that that's all part of adding value, right? Once you increase your value, I'm telling you, they're not gonna be able to replace you. This is anything. At work, on your team, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse. Nope, you can't be replaced once you start adding value, right? So when you start looking at people, right, and let's look at to the professional level, right? You look at guys like Lebron James, right? Guys like Tom Brady. Those guys don't get replaced, right? Because they add too much value, right? No matter what team LeBron's gonna play for, no matter what team Tom Brady gonna play for, man, those teams get elevated because those guys add value. You're never gonna replace those guys. You're not putting those guys on the bench because they add value. But then you look at other guys, right? Every 2-3 months they're getting cut. Don't add enough value. We can find somebody else to perform at that level. We can get somebody off the street to perform at that level, right? So you gotta start thinking about adding value, right? Adding value, like, and if you don't really know how to do it, you gotta straight up just go to somebody and especially like the person you want to add value to, just let them know, how can I be better? What can I do to be better? You gotta be humble enough to be like, yo, what can I do to be better, right? In the workplace, in your relationships, right? With your family, with your friends, right? On your team, like, what can I do to be better? Because man, when you add value, they can't get rid of you. You can't get rid of you. And this goes for everybody, right? This goes for me too. When I add value, man, that casting director gonna be like, yo, we gotta get him on the show. We gotta get him on this series or this movie. We have to get him because he adds value to our production, all right? So I want you guys to just think about it for a second, right? What can I do to add value? Because the second you add value, everything gonna change for you. Everything gonna change for you. They're not gonna replace you, right? You can walk up confidently to your boss and get that raise. You can walk up confidently to your boss and get that promotion because they're not trying to let you go. When you add value, people are not trying to let you go, right? Because there are more people who do the bare minimum that don't add value than there is people that succeed and go beyond what they're supposed to do and add value. You get what I'm saying? There's more people that are doing the bare minimum, and we can just interchange them. We're just a number at that point. Oh yeah, you doing the bare minimum? I can get this guy to do the bare minimum, right? So I want you to just think about that. Really, really look deep down in yourself. Humble yourself enough to understand that, like, I can add more value, and go to the resources and try to get the information that you need to add that value. Because we all gotta succeed, all right? So as always, I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to stay motivated. I want you to remember that I love you. All right, and yeah, go out there and get what it is you feel like you deserve.